I don't think Grant should ever come back to the Dota scene. I think he should leave forever. Even if you guys think like Grant can be rehabilitated and Grant can be a perfect person from now on, but he doesn't have to do it in the Dota scene. It's that simple. He's not owed anything. Even if he's on camera, great talent. But outside of that, he was a shitty person. He hurt a lot of people and did a lot of really fucked up, unacceptable things. So he shouldn't ever come back, I don't think. Because just allowing him back in just messages to anybody that's ever been through that it's not a big deal. And you can't have that message. Because it undermines the whole thing. Because you need to protect girls and women. Because this shit happens in all facets of life. He can't come back.
Has Mason made a statement yet? Yeah, I actually have a statement to make. I have a statement to make about like things. So here it goes. I'm gonna risk it all. Here goes. Suck on these nuts.
Flag. Yeah. But it's like he seems fine. Just have to move back a little bit. I like how he's just been running at Zai. Missy, I think. Wow.
I get all the bonus points on that one.
I love this sanity. He actually gets held to as well. Like he's 7-1 in the
game with a rapier in my inventory, so nobody will ever know I was a pussy. Guys. The rapier, it's a rapier on the ground.
I don't know, man. Like, I have my thoughts on everything, but I think, like, in the world of cancel culture, when issues are this hot, probably best to just stay away from it for a little bit. Maybe talk about it in the future or something. Miguel, thanks for the sub, man. We live in a canceling time, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I feel comfortable saying right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Live in a rough time.
The time. So everyone that's gonna call me a liar and saying that I'm defending Grant, or that I'm trying to like make amends for him, or that I'm trying to like throw Llama down under the bus or call her a liar, I think is just being really foolish. Again, I've only ever had one interaction with this girl, and it was largely positive. I helped her learn Dota. You can ask her herself. I highly doubt she denies it. That was the only interaction that I've ever had with her, positive or negative. So that's one thing. Obviously,
Да. Перед самкой талант 10 минут. А у меня есть сиська хоть? Да, найс. Мне игры на самом деле супер легкие, я не знаю. Таких даунов навалило в паблике. Я последнюю неделю в доту играл. Последнюю неделю я в доту играл там в день по 3, там по 2 игры, там 4-5 от силы. Вообще не старался, вообще мне настолько пофиг на это.
No, I don't know about that.
It's dangerous though. There were a couple people that were accused and they didn't
Anyone we know?
I think there was nobody from Dota.
I see.
No wait, what's that one? No, I don't think so. Grant being too touchy. I vaguely remember TR2 where he was drunk and he kept fucking, you know, invading my personal space, but it was kind of whatever. I just saw him as a drunk idiot.
I'll invade your personal space.
You're cancelled, dude.
Radiant's bottom tower
What?
is under attack.
I just wonder how many of them are.
Was it obviously there's been mentioning of the case that he was involved in? And I knew about the case, but I was always told by people involved and people around him that he won the case. And it was only about a small issue that had been blown out of proportion. But obviously, apparently, I'm guessing those were all lies. Because if he did win the case, surely he would come out and say, I didn't lose the case, I won the harassment case. He's not done that. Why would he not come out and say that he won the case? Unless he just, it was all lies. He'd always told me, well, not him directly, but people around him had told me that he won the case. Like, what the
And I didn't really know what else am I supposed to judge there. At that point, it was supposed to be, okay, am I supposed to accept that this person's changed? I was like, fuck it. You know who screwed me like 150 fucking times is like Demon. But every single time Demon apologizes to me, not that he's done like anything nearly that bad. I've just been like, okay, Demon, like, you know, we're fucking over it. Like, it's all good. We'll squash the beef. Grant was a piece of shit.
So we can wait for ages now. We've waited long enough. Don't think we need. Oh, whoa, what's this? For the community. So this, I'm gonna have a little bit of a controversial take here. I don't know how controversial this is, but I I feel like it's right. Like, obviously, if you know about sexual abuse, you should report it, right, and stuff. But it's a very tricky situation because girls that have gone through something like, you know, let's say they've gone through sexual assault. If you're the one that exposes it, you might not be doing them a favor at all. You might be fucking them. They might be having this shameful event, you know, that they wanted to maybe keep private. You are the one that choose to expose it to the world, you know, and not them. So you can maybe fuck them over. You can fuck over their careers, everybody associated with them. So it's a little bit phrasing Monka W, I agree. You gotta let the girls speak. You gotta urge them to come out with it. You can't really do it for them because you might be doing something that harms them and doesn't help them. You know what I mean? Fucking them? Oh yeah, my vocabulary is not so great, but you know what I mean, right?
ไม่เป็นไรเนาะทำดีละก็เข้าใจอยู่ว่าเอาอะไรจากมันไม่ได้มันให้ได้แค่นี้แหละไอ้สัตว์ก็นั่นถามว่ากูไม่น่ามาอยู่แถวนี้ด้วยซ้ำแต่กูอยู่ไปแล้วทำไงได้มันก็คือความรักก็ชอบไปแล้วอ่ะให้ทำไงอ่ะก็ชอบไปแล้วให้ทำไงอ่ะแบบนั้นบอกว่า
So now when it comes to the lawsuit, here's what I was told. Grant told us, and this is the larger talent at hand, that there was some frivolous lawsuit that Llama Down Under had filed against him, and it was whatever. And I was like, okay. And then he said about a few months back, he was like, oh yeah, I won the case. She got stomped in court. Like, it's all good. And I was like, yeah? And he's like, yeah. And honestly, if there's anything you can blame me for, I think it's that. I probably could have followed up. I could have said something better. I could have said, like, I could have followed up in any way. But my friend told me at the time, he said, hey, this lawsuit got filed against me. Didn't really give me details. He just said, like, oh, she's saying, like, I ruined her career or something. It's all bullshit. It's like fucking, like, whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. Then he told me that if I'm responsible for anything, it's that I should be much better about who I choose to associate with things and all that. But I'm not trying to cover for anybody. I'm not trying to save BTS. I'm not trying to save other talent. I have no intention of casting anymore, by the way. And it has nothing to do with this. It's just that I got asked to coach again, which I would rather do again. And I know that these are my friends and these are my colleagues, and so like obviously I have a burden to like protect them, or you think I do.
Rooted issue here. I'm not going to go too much further into it, but let's just be honest. If you understand how the world works, there are countless examples of any profession out there that women can sleep their way to like promotions or, you know, better jobs or like, you know, different jobs or basically get things that they need by seducing men in power. And that whole culture is obviously just the root of everything. Like, it's not a good thing. But at the same time, if you're a woman and you know you can do that, like, so I know that some personalities, they're just gonna do that. So then it promotes this to keep getting fueled to happen. So then men know, like, if I'm in a position of power, I can use that power to seduce women. My point being is that I personally don't see how that part of this gets solved.